So this video, kind of like how yesterday's was, is coming out a lot later than I wanted it to be. It's Thursday, and because it's Thursday, that also means that the new Boruto episode is coming out, and so because of that, I'm gonna try to see if I can get a double upload out today, and then I'm gonna try to spend the rest of today and tomorrow, and hopefully the day after that to try to keep up with rewatching part one because I still have to do a review series for that as well because I said I was going to do that and I've been slacking on it a little bit. I only have the beginning first arc for part one up on my channel. I need to start watching the rest of it. But we're here to talk about Persona 5, and the episode wasn't bad, but it wasn't the greatest episode either. It was mainly a setup episode for what's going to happen next week and with what the next palace is going to be. But something that I did notice a lot in the episode as I was watching it was there were a lot of moments and a lot of, shots and scenes and frames where the characters from mainly a distance didn't look great. Character models did not look amazing in this episode, and it's very jarring when you see it. When you see it, you notice it, and it's really weird. So the beginning of the episode starts off with uh, Ren and a couple of his other friends in school, and they're doing a ballot, and a ballot is basically who they want to come at their school for like a panel for like this festival thing. And surprise, surprise, Goro Akechi is the one who got voted the most and ended up winning the poll. So after they do their opening, they do a little bit of filler, like confidant kind of stuff, and like side like activity stuff like you would do in the video game for Ren. So he sees like a politician, and then in the same episode, he actually ends up meeting him again, and that's when you officially get him as a confidant in the game. But in the anime, he's just kind of speaking out, and he'll probably be like a side character for Ren later on in future episodes. But we're gonna have to wait and see about that. So the rest of the episode, or the beginning of the rest of the beginning of the episode, is mainly them debating on whether or not they actually want to invite Goro Akechi to the school or not, because Goro Akechi could potentially figure out that these group of people are the ones who are the Phantom Thieves. Spoiler alert! Yeah, he already basically knows that he already knows that they are the Phantom Thieves, like the actual group. So they invite him over to the school for like a panel or whatever. A little like moment in the classroom kind of happens that I thought was actually I thought it was pretty funny and I thought it was pretty cool as well. But then they get into more like exposition stuff with Goro Akechi and how he all the political stuff with like this guy on like the TV or whatever and in the block. But the episode continues on. We finally get to the school and the festival is like finally starting. They walk around a little bit. There's a couple of funny moments here and there. There was specifically one that I really enjoyed where there was like a haunted house inside of the school, and a person was in a robe with a mask on, and Ren goes behind the fucking person and says, "I'll unmask you," and then Ryuji fucking slaps him in the back of the head, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he said, It's a habit, because he does that so very often as the Phantom Thieves. So it's kind of funny. I thought that moment was actually pretty funny. And then the immediate scene right after is apparently the maid service that Kawakami is a part of is there at the school, and she's like embarrassed or whatever because it's kind of ironic. But after that, we get into all of our main cast in one area. They're talking about this that I kind of forgot what they were talking about, but they're talking about like intel and how they're not really comfortable with Akechi here, but they're trying to get intel, because that's one of the other ways they can really think of about gaining intel, which is from Akechi, and Akechi's like this detective guy, so of course he would know a thing or two. They got this food. I forgot what they called it, but they got some sort of food, and one of the maid ladies, there's a surprise in one of them. It's like it's a bright red one that looks significantly different from all the other ones, and Akechi eats it, and it turns out it has something spicy inside of it. So he leaves. There's a couple of scenes afterwards, like involving the politician, like I mentioned earlier, and then the episode continues on. Akechi finally is doing the panel, and he starts explaining that he never thought the Phantom Thieves ever killed anybody. So, for example, like the principal, he believed that the principal wasn't killed by the Phantom Thieves. Same thing with Okumura, the CEO, Haru's father. He didn't believe that. Then he goes on to explaining that he possibly knows who the Phantom Thieves' identities are. He gets a phone call, and then he explains that to Makoto that he wants to talk to her in her friend group. So they all go there. He shows them evidence that he knows that they're the Phantom Thieves, and then he explains that he was also in the same palace as Okumura, in the same palace that they were just in, which is Haru's father's palace. And then he explains how he got his persona, how he's able to get in there, yada yada yada. And then the rest of the episode, towards the end of it, is basically him explaining a plan that he wants to do, which is basically he wants to go into Sainijima's palace because he found out that she has one. Excuse me, and he wants to have her have a change of heart. And basically, the end result of what he wants to do with this is he wants her to have a change of heart, and then after this is over, he wants them to quit being the Phantom Thieves. But if you played the video game, you already know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to spoil it for reason's sake. So, the episode pretty much ends with them agreeing that they're going to go after Sainijima's palace, and then Goro Akechi notices that Morgana is able to speak, and he's surprised by that. And then Ren kind of notices the fact that he's surprised by that, almost seeming like he should have been able to hear Morgana like before in the past, because he's spoken a couple of times before already. You know, just being around there, having something to say, like he should have already noticed that. But I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain. But if you played the game, you already know like what's up. So regardless, that's pretty much the entirety of the episode. Like I said, nothing really happened. It was just kind of a setup for what's going to happen next week and the next coming weeks. So there's another video I want to talk about regarding Persona 5, and I've been meaning to want to actually do it for a while now, but I've been so lazy and distracted by a whole bunch of other stuff, especially since Spider-Man PS4 came out recently. I've been playing that a lot, which is the reason why this review is actually coming out later than usual. But regardless, that's the end of the episode, which means that's the end of the video. I'm going to try to get a double upload out today. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like. If you are new, subscribe for more videos just like this. I'll see you guys next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Peace.